Seriously, when are these people gonna decide they have enough shiny blue minerals? They need to start looking at alternative energy. Has anybody ever done an environmental impact study on this? Anywho, we've got ourselves a TVP tonight. Our Terran player is a succession of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations that usually occur involuntarily in the mind during certain stages of sleep. He is Dream!
Current world rank 18.
Though he occasionally moonlights as a South Korean player for good game gaming. It's a gate and go for our Protoss player. He's going to choose the Reaper block position. I wonder what time zone you're watching this in. Is it perhaps Zidnight, Zorning, this evening, or even 12 o'clock Zoun?
Current world rank 23.
Zoun, of course, has named himself after a famous Chinese general, though he is a Korean player. Both our players completing their first gas. 3 SCVs go on gas for the Terran, but only 1 probe goes on gas for the Protoss. The Rax harass begins. It's very rarely successful anymore, but the real point is to force the Terran player to pull off that second SCV to deal with it. Looks like Zoun's gonna go core before Nexus. The idea here is if he can also now delay the command center, then he has a chance of getting his Adept over before it completes. And if that happens, he has a real chance of setting the Terran player back. So watch Dream's mineral count. He wants to get that CC down at 400, 440, 450, 475, 500. Zoun's probe's almost gone. It's down. CC is down. So Zoun did succeed in getting the delay, so that means the Adept is going to be in play. Orbital completes and we have the all-important first mule. Zoun's core completes and he starts that Adept. You better believe it's going to be chrono boosted. He also adds the Warp Gate research. Zoun is well known for going Stargate. He's very partial to Phoenix in TVP. And so by saying that, I've just guaranteed that he will not go Stargate. You watch. They always do this to me. Factory down for Dream. He's finishing with the 111 build. The Reaper slips in. I like this. What Dream's accomplishing here is he's keeping the Adept busy. In a strange way, this is a defensive Reaper. And he's doing a bang-up job. He's got the shields off that Adept. Zoun's making a Stalker probably just to deal with that Reaper. Though for all I know, Stalkers are part of the offense he has planned for us today. Twilight Council is the tech choice for Protoss. Oh, that Reaper is in trouble now. He forced out a nice investment from the Protoss, but he's got to get away with his life. And he is. The Reaper has been an early hero for Dream today. Early success on the map Oxide. Sorry, I had to sneak that in there. Starport for Dream, but what is Zoun up to? What is the Twilight for? He's added a Robo. That possibly suggests Blink Stalkers, either with the Observer or the Warp Prism. And now our Protoss player is adding gates. Terran's adding Widow Mines, suggested of a Widow Mine drop possibility. He made a single Hellion first though, which looks like it's going to attempt to scout here. Or perhaps that's what the Reaper wants to do. Whenever Terran sees that Reaper block position, their antenna always goes up. Oh, both scouts are going to force their way up the ramp. Reaper dies and becomes the first blood, and the Hellion tries to pick off some probes. He gets one in exchange for his life, but do give Dream a little extra value for forcing the probe pull. Oh, I'm late for the opening Warp Gate ceremony. And I'm also late to tell you that it is going to be Blink Stalkers. Blink is being researched, and now that the scouts are dead, a Warp Prism is being made. Dream's Hellion did get far enough up the ramp to see that Twilight Council. Given his insane APM, I'm confident he tapped on it and discovered the Blink research. Armed with that knowledge, Dream is going ahead with his mine drop. He's got 2 Widow Mines in that medevac and he's taken a very direct route. Warp Prism completes immediately, picks up 2 Stalkers. We've got dueling drops. Are they going to see each other in the middle of the map? No, looks like we're going to have ships passing in the night. Too bad these interstellar species lack a basic radar for their ships. Terran's going to get to hit first. He's going for the natural. 17 probes at that site. There's the pull. Zoun leaves 1 probe behind to sacrifice for the shot. Second drop at the main. Stalker's gonna get the first mine. There's the pull at the main. The mine at the main gets 2. Zoun accidentally left 1 extra probe behind. Meanwhile, he unloads 4 Stalkers in the Terran main. He sniped 2 building SCVs, but there is a tank there. That's gonna limit the damage. Blink is about to complete. Tanks moving up. Zoun looks to snipe. No, Zoun gets out of there, saving 3 of his 4 stalkers. Meanwhile, Dream has saved his medevac, and I believe 1 mine. Yes, that is correct. Protoss is gonna be first to expand. Zoun opts for the lateral 3rd base location. Dream looks to be trapped in the corner, but if he's tying up stalkers, it can't be all bad. Dream is gonna kick off our arms race by starting the first numeric upgrade. No forge for Zoun, but he is getting a robotic support bay. He wants that splash for the bio. And a good thing too, because Dream has started researching Stimpack. Dream is also adapting to the Blink Stalkers by adding in Marauders. With their bonus against armor, they can really chew up those Stalkers. Zoun's reloaded his Warp Prism back up to 4. He checks both expansion sites and finds out that Dream still hasn't expanded. And it looks like he's going to take a play for that natural. There's a tank covering almost every inch of that natural though. Still, Zoun picks off a few Marines. If he just trades his shields for that, that's not bad. Zoun is going to get his forge, and he's going to research that Zealot leg charge upgrade. Zoun has not been making any immortals. He's been getting out his observers. He's going to have very good vision and coverage, but he's going to need to rely on the mobility of his stalkers. Combat shields being added for Dream. I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a +1 timing coming out of him. This all looks very classical, which is why Zoun's going to be glad he started up the Colossus range upgrade. If I'm right, it won't be ready in time. It looks like a 2-base timing for Dream. Zoun keeps watching the expansion sites. If Protoss can hold this, he'll be in excellent shape with that extra base. But he's gonna have to get that hold without immortals and currently 0 shield batteries. I was expecting more Marauders out of Dream. I think that's good news for the Colossi. Oh, great pickoff! Zoun blinks into the main just as Dream pushes out. He's rewarded with a free empty medevac and almost gets the Raven. He loses 1 stalker, picks up the other 3, and he delays the Terran push. Maybe, just maybe, he'll have a Colossus with range, because Dream's gonna have +1 and combat shields and stim. Now Zoun starts the shield batteries. Shield batteries for Protoss are like homework. Everyone waits to the last second to do it. Early stim by Dream, but he's gonna get the Warp Prism for that. That's big. It's gonna make everything so much easier on the defensive end for him. And he gets vengeance on the stalkers who killed his medevac. Another mine drop! Zoun thought about trying to kill it with his probes, changes his mind. Instead he goes to the 1 probe mitigation. And Dream escapes with a Widow Mine again. Dream's multitasking is off the hook. He's doing a simultaneous Marine tank push here. Dream scans and decides he's gonna pick up. I really like the positioning on his tanks, but Dream saw something he didn't like. He's cutting to the east, which coincidentally is where Zoun is sending his charge lots. Zoun spots it and stims at them. I think they were trying to run south to harass a 3rd base, which Dream does not have. Yeah, those Zealots are a lot happier with Colossus behind them. Colossi do not do friendly fire. They also don't do drugs and they have no tattoos. Oh no, look at that tank position. This is where Terran punishes Protoss for the Reaper block. Zoun's gonna lose his core. He needs to start rebuilding that right now. He doesn't have a Warp Prism to help him dislodge this. And he can't shut down the Viking that's providing the vision. Oh, the 2-base Dream is doing the damage he needs. He cuts right into the 3rd. He cleans out the defense. The charge lots chase him out before he can get the Nexus. There's even a Widow Mine protecting that tank position. Speaking of Widow Mines, there's another drop coming. This is the 3rd time that medevac is broken in. Zoun has to pull back his Colossus to protect his natural. He does finally snipe that medevac. And he's got his core back up, but he is badly supply blocked. All his money going into pylons while he's about to lose another gateway. And now he wants an immortal. Zoun has slipped his Zealots down to his opponent's 3rd, but there is no 3rd. Dream's looking to win this on 2 bases. Zoun just has to hold, but as it stands, it's gonna be hard for him. He's way down on supply. And he's about to get hit from 2 sides. Zoun sees it and pulls back, but Dream smells the opportunity to shut down the Colossus. He's gonna get it. With the supply block gone, Zoun's stalkers blink up for the save. He's driving the Terran back, but his army is so small. This is everything he has. He's got 1 Archon in his death ball, and he's about to add an immortal, but that is it. Dream's adding to his Viking count to deal with the Colossi. He's already got a huge medevac cloud. Oh, Zoun's gonna try to dislodge the tank, but that means he's gonna get flanked. That tank's strategic value is now low. Really, it was bait. Zoun has to hold on with his last 2 Colossi. But Dream's not going up the ramp. He's going back at the third. He's got 8 medevacs. His bio is almost indestructible. Zoun's getting no value out of his overcharge. It is natural. The action's at the third while the shield batteries are gone. Dream flips around and goes for the Colossi. He gets one. He ignores the Stalkers and goes right for the high value pieces. It's GG. A high octane game. Okay, so for ages now, I've been commenting that the Reaper block position leaves Protoss vulnerable to getting reverse cliffed by Terran tanks. And of course, it never happens. Until the first game that I don't mention it. And then it happens. Dream goes and rolls his tanks up in front of the Reaper block position and bombards away. Protoss loses his core and has to scramble to cover. That wasn't game ending, but it sure did hurt. In fact, I'm sure it was multifactorial as usual, but I actually think one of the biggest reasons that Zoun lost this game is that he didn't believe that Dream was two-basing him. The reason I think that is he kept sending his zealots down to Dream's third base location to attack Dream's non-existent expansions. Dream had a pretty good defense. You can't kill what isn't there. Meanwhile, Zoun was without 600 minerals worth of zealots in a number of those pivotal battles. Could have been a difference maker for him. If Zoun holds that, he's ahead. Dream has to scramble to make an expansion to catch up on income, and at that point, Zoun can tech up on him. I think that if Zoun actually understood he was getting two-based, he would have invested heavier in his defense. He would have had more shield batteries, and probably earlier, and maybe even a cannon or two, or some immortals. As they always say, it's a game of imperfect information, and that's why it's a perfect game. So have yourselves an awesome weekend, and from my base to yours, Zugzwang out. To continue your Starcraft journey, Nova advises you to click the video in the upper rectangle. But Kerrigan warns you to watch your 6 and click the video in the bottom rectangle. Or you can stimpack your Starcraft experience. Subscribe to Zugzwang Starcraft. Just hit the circle. From my base to yours, Zugzwang out.